Welcome students. In this video I am going to take up certain tricky programs based on Python functions. Let us see the first question. Write a program to print all the prime numbers from m to n using following user defined functions. First is prime function, which is going to receive an integer as parameter and return 1 if the number is prime, otherwise it will return 0. So this function will be used to test whether a number is prime or not. And second function is display function, which will receive upper limit and lower limit as parameters and print all the prime numbers between them. Okay, so we have to make use of these two functions to accomplish the task assigned by this question. So let us see the question solution. Here you can see that first of all I have taken input of upper limit and lower limit from user and stored them in variables p and q and sent them in the display function. So display function is receiving these values in m and n respectively. Now inside this display function I have run a loop from m to n plus 1, so that 1 value from this range gets assigned to the variable x, and every time I am checking whether the value assigned to x is a prime number or not. If 1 is returned, this means that this value x is a prime number and therefore it will be displayed, and if in case 1 is not returned, then in that case it will not be printed. So let us see what we have done in the is prime function. Here I have received the value of x which was sent from here in variable n, and now I am running a loop to see whether this n is divisible by any of the numbers between 2 to n or not. अब याद रखिए कि इस पॉइंट पे ये जो प्रोग्राम है, this loop will run from 2 to 1 value less than n. So if in case suppose n is 5, तो ये loop चलेगा 2, 3 and 4 के लिए. Okay, and every time this n जिसको हमें चेक करना है कि ये प्राइम है कि नहीं, इट विल बी डिवाइडेड बाय 2 देन 3 देन 4. अगर ये किन्हीं भी इन तीनों में से किसी भी वैल्यू से अगर ये डिवाइड हो जाता है तो इट इज़ नॉट अ प्राइम नंबर, दैट इज़ वाई वी आर रिटर्निंग 0. बट इफ इन केस दिस number n is not getting divided by any of these three numbers, then what will happen? It will return 1 because this makes sure that the number is a prime number. So whatever is the result of is prime function, according to that what we do, we receive the result here and we check whether the returned result is 1 or not. If it is 1, we print this value because it is a prime number. So this way all the values between m and n plus 1, okay, will be printed. Clear? And this is what was required in the question, right? So let us now see the output of this program. Here you can see that first of all I took input, it asked me for lower limit and upper limit. I gave the values as 2 and 20. Then all the prime numbers between 2 and 20 got printed. Clear? So this is how we do this program. Let us now see the next question. Write a program to store sum of digits of all prime numbers from m to n in a list and print that list using the following user defined functions. मतलब इस क्वेश्चन में आपको पहले m to n से m तक के सारे प्राइम नंबर्स सर्च करने हैं एंड ऑन गेटिंग अ प्राइम नंबर you don't have to print that prime number, you have to print the sum of digits of that prime number. Okay, so for this you have to make use of is prime function, which will check whether the number is prime or not, and sum digit function which will receive a number as parameter and return the sum of its digits. Okay, so sum will be calculated by this function, and out function will receive m and n as parameter and create the list of sum of digits of the prime number. So, let us see how to do this program. First of all, I am taking input of the upper limit and lower limit, because we have to search the prime numbers between m to n and print the sum of their digits. Okay. So, m and n are input by user in the form of x and y, and then they are sent to the function out and they are received in m and n. Okay. And here you can see I have kept an empty list ready, because as soon as I find a prime number between m to n, I have to add the digits of that number and then store it in the list L. Okay. So, that is why this empty list is taken. Then I am running a loop from m to n plus 1. So, what will happen? Suppose your m is 2 and n is 20. So, this loop will run from 2 to 20. Okay. And then one by one value will be assigned to the variable I, and I will be tested whether it is prime or not. If in case it comes out to be prime, what will happen? Its sum of digits will be calculated with the help of sum digit function, and whatever sum gets returned, we have to append this sum in the list L. Okay. So, let us see what we are doing in the is prime function. We are receiving the number in n and I am checking again if it is prime or not, like we did in the last question. So, if it comes out to be prime, then 1 will be returned, otherwise 0 will be returned. So, whatever is the returned result, this result will be received here. Okay. And then stored in C. So, C is compared with 1. If it is 1, then what will happen? Sum of digits of I will be calculated. Okay. So, what we will do? We will go to the sum digit function which will be received in P, and then the sum of digits of the number P will be calculated with the help of this loop, and whatever is the sum, that will be returned, and this returned sum will be received in Z, and then Z will be appended to the list L. And at the end of this loop, means this loop, what will happen? You will return the created list which will be received in T, and T is the final list that we wanted to create, right. See here what we have done for taking out the sum of digits of this number. First of all, I have done modulus P modulus 10, P modulus 10, which will take out last digit from the number P and it will get added to S. Initial value of S is 0. So, last digit got added. After this, you will again modulus 10, you will perform modulus 10 over P, and then again the second last digit will be extracted and it will be added to S. Okay. You know how to find the sum of digits of any number. So, that is what has been done, and what is done with the help of this line? As soon as you extract one digit, you want that the remaining number should be there in P now. Suppose the number was 258. So, 8 you have extracted. Now, 25 should be left. So, 25 will be left in P. So, for this we have done this. We have written this line. Clear? So, let us see now the output of this program. See, I have taken input of the numbers upper limit and lower limit, which are 2 and 20, and then what is my program doing? It is printing all the sum of digits of the prime numbers that were present in between 2 and 20. Okay. So, you can just calculate and check whether the output is right or not. Then the next question is, write a program to generate all prime palindrome numbers between start and end given by user with the help of following user defined functions. So, here you do not have to simply print all the prime numbers between start and end. You have to also check whether it is a palindrome number or not. So if you find a number to be prime, then secondly you have to check whether it is a palindrome number or not, and then only you have to print it. Okay, so what all functions we have to use here? Receives an integer as this is prime function is doing the same work. It is testing whether the number is prime or not. Is palin is testing whether the number is palindrome or not, and see, it will return 1 if it is palindrome, otherwise it will return 0. And then what is happening? Generate function is receiving start and end, means the numbers between which we have to find the prime palindrome numbers, and then we have to print all the prime numbers between these two values with the help of is prime and is palin functions. So generate function is not going to check whether it is prime or not, whether it is palindrome or not. These two functions it will check with the help of is prime and is palin function. Let us now see the program. First of all, we have taken input of the lower limit and upper limit from user and then sent it in the generate function, which is getting received in the variable m and n respectively. Now we are running a loop which is running from m to n plus 1. So suppose the value of m is 100 and the value of n is 300, then this loop will run from 100 to 300 plus 1, that is 301. So what will happen? Range function will work for 100 to 300 only. So what will happen? One value from this range will be assigned to the variable k, and every time k is assigned a value, it will be checked whether k is a prime number or not. At the same time, it is palindrome number or not. If it is found to be prime as well as palindrome, then only this k is going to be printed. Now see what we are doing in is prime function and is palin function. Here you can see that in the is prime function we have received a value or a number in the variable n, and we are checking whether this number is divisible by whether this number is a prime number or not. So for this we are running a loop from 2 to n. So what will happen? This number will be divided by 2 to one value less than n. So suppose n is 5, so it will be checked against 2, 3 and 4 only. Okay, and if it gets divided by any of these numbers, then in that case 0 will be returned, indicating that it is not a prime number. But if in case it does not get divided by 2 as well as 3 as well as 4, then you will come out of the loop and enter the loop else clause, because loop else gets executed whenever your loop terminates normally. So if in case it does not get executed by any of these numbers, then 1 will be returned, indicating that the number is prime. Clear? So this is the code to check whether the received number is prime or not. Clear? Now come to this function, that is palin function. It is receiving a number as argument, and you have already seen how to find the reverse of a number. In the last video where I discussed programs, I have discussed how to check whether a number is palindrome or not. So you can refer to the logic from there. Here I have simply taken out the reverse of the given number, okay, by extracting one digit from back and finding the reverse number. Okay, after getting the reverse number in r is the variable where I am getting the reverse number. After getting the value in r, what we are doing? We are comparing it against s and not x. Why? Because in this process of finding the reverse number, the received number, that is x, is getting changed. It will ultimately become 0. Okay, so that is why before performing this logic, I saved the actual value of x in s, and then while comparing, I am comparing the reverse number with the value of s. If it comes out to be the same, then 1 will be returned, indicating that the number is palindrome number, otherwise 0 will be returned. So whatever we receive here, this will be compared against 1, and if found equal, then the condition will be true. In the same way, prime function will be returning 1 or 0. So if 1 is returned, that 1 will replace this function call statement and it will be compared against 1. So if it is found prime also as well as palindrome also, then this k will be printed, and this is what was required in the question, that if you have to print all the numbers between start and end only if they are prime as well as palindrome. Clear? So this is how we are going to do this program. So let us now see the output. Here you can see I gave the lower limit as 100 and upper limit as 300. So all the prime palindrome numbers between 100 and 300 got printed. Clear? So with this I will end this video, and in my next video I will continue with few more programs. Thank you so much.